What's going on, guys? This is helmet cam footage from the first round of the 2014 Torn Series, but it's from practice. Now, hold on, don't get angry. I know everyone's like, I want race footage, but I'm not gonna post it just because I rode like a complete goon, and yeah. I don't know. I just got tired like as soon as the race started. I think it was just an arm pump issue from being my first pro race. I don't know what it was, but I was just dead as soon as the race started. I mean, like 5 minutes into the race, I was dead, and I had to ride like a zombie for 80 minutes, which is just not ideal. But yeah, I'm not. I guess I should say how the race went. I started last, which was kind of intentional, but I just fell way back. I ended up in 5th for most of the race and eventually fell back to 6th, and then just had a little tip over in the very last section before the finish line on the second to last lap, or what was going to be my second to last lap, and bent my chain guide and dislodged the chain and made the chain come off, so I wasn't able to put it back on because the chain guide was bent. So Marty Ishmael actually helped me get the chain back on, and I tried to bump start it going downhill because this was before we realized the chain guide was bent, so I ended up having to push it back up the hill because you couldn't get the chain on. It was on when I got on it to bump start it, but of course as soon as I tried to bump start it, the chain just came back off, so that wasn't the best. But I appreciate Marty helping me for sure, and Sam Gaines helped me push my bike back, and obviously I appreciate that because I was dead. I mean, I was really dead. But I ended up being credited with 6th place still, which is fine and dandy. I mean, I'm not bummed with that at all, because Caleb Ramsey DNF'd. He crashed really hard on the first lap, and I stopped. I didn't really stop, but I slowed way down and asked him if he was okay, because it looked like it had been a gnarly crash. Of course, I didn't see it because I was already too far behind because I was riding like a goon. But yeah, he had a pretty gnarly crash. I saw some pictures on Facebook afterwards, and that was it looked pretty bad. He's had a lot of Facebook drama with Jeff Alessi, but I won't get into that, but that was a pretty funny story. So yeah, the track, I thought the track was great until the race. Like what you're seeing now, the track is amazing right now. I mean, the track is in great shape, but by the time we were racing, we're the last race, and we just have a disaster for a track. I mean, it's fine, and there's nothing you can do about it, but I mean, everyone's racing the same track, but it's just so hard to ride, and I don't know if that was my problem, but man, I was just done. I couldn't hang on to the bike at all. I was just hanging on. The bike was riding me for the whole race. I don't know what the deal was. I just, like I said, total goon out during the race, but I'm really not that bummed because I know that I can ride so much better than that. So I'm really not that bummed because I haven't. I mean, if I knew that I had ridden as well as I could and still gotten lapped, I'd be pretty disappointed. But I'm not really that disappointed because I know that I'm so much better than what I showed on Sunday. So enough of me. But yeah, this track was good. I mean, this section right here I had to redo just to get it down, but I thought it was fun. I mean, I'm not the best when it comes to sand, but it's still fun to ride, and I probably would have been better off on the 450, but I just wasn't ready. I wasn't used to it. I just got that bike like a month and a half ago, and I haven't gotten it really set up correctly for me, and it's just I haven't ridden it enough to be comfortable racing it. So I'll probably be racing it in the future, but for this race I was on the 252 stroke, and it was working pretty well for me in practice. I felt really comfortable, but during the race, I was just a mess. So I've got some stuff to figure out. I've been hitting the rowing machine ever since the race, and not literally hitting it with a baseball bat, but you know what I mean. And my times on the rowing machine have been yep, that's a bummer right there. That guy. I'll post the link. I'll put the link in on the screen right here, and in the description of that crash. I have it slowed down and kind of including the conversation with that guy afterwards. But yeah, he just surprised the crap out of me and came over really fast. Anyway, you saw me looking down at my bike. That was because it wasn't shifting, which I had that issue on my 2011 252 stroke, and yeah, just sometimes it wouldn't shift after a couple, like once it got above 100 hours, it just wouldn't shift under hard acceleration. So I'm starting to think that this bike is having the same issue, which is a bummer, but I'm sure we'll get it sorted out if it keeps getting worse. But Boyd is always a fun track. It's never boring, but it's also never like too tough. It was really, really tough during the race, but this wood section was fun right here. You kind of jump down off there, do a little step down, and then come through here. But during the race, this section was just so rough. Really, the whole track was just incredibly rough, but there are ways to get out of it. Like here, you see me kind of crossing it up and jumping across and taking some smoother lines, but yeah, there was still no avoiding it in a lot of places. That step down is pretty fun, obviously. The next race is at Bridgeport, which is kind of well, I shouldn't say it's the same terrain. It's similar. It's sandy, but it's not the same kind of sand. It's more of a pebbly sand, kind of gravel, a lot of hills. Gravel hills. It's like some sort of, used to be like I don't know, some sort of mining operation, because there's just these gigantic hills everywhere of gravel, and we'll be going up and down those, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that track. I'm not sure what bike I'll be riding, but one thing's for sure, I'm going to be looking for an improvement off of my race on Sunday, because that was pretty much a disaster. I mean, I guess it wasn't, I shouldn't say it's a disaster, it's just not indicative of what I think that I can do. I'm not saying I can win races right now, because I definitely can't, but I'm better than getting lapped. I know that. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you later. Peace.